There's a truth that many people overlook. After the age of 60, our bodies are no longer the same as before. We may eat the same foods and live the same way, yet suddenly find ourselves feeling more tired, struggling with memory, weaker eyesight, or aching joints. Some blame it on old age, others on genetics. But the real reason, in many cases, is much simpler: a lack of essential vitamins. A study in the United States found that more than 80% of people over 60 are deficient in at least one important vitamin. This deficiency increases the risk of osteoporosis, heart disease, and even memory loss. In other words, even a small gap in nutrition can make our later years heavier and shorter. The good news is this: if we understand which vitamins our bodies truly need and how to supplement them safely, we can protect our health, energy, and memory for many more decades. In today's video, I'll take you through the 7 most important vitamins after the age of 60. We'll talk about why they're necessary, the warning signs of deficiency, and the safest ways to supplement, not too little, not too much. And trust me, the last vitamin on the list will surprise you. It's one that's often forgotten, yet it plays a decisive role in longevity. But before we dive in, I want to ask you something. Are you currently taking any vitamins every day? Share your experience in the comments, because your story might help someone else realize they're facing the same issue. If we're talking about the single most important vitamin after 60, we cannot overlook vitamin D. It's often called the sunshine vitamin. Unfortunately, the stage of life when our bodies need it most is also when we're most likely to run short. After age 60, our skin becomes thinner and produces up to 70% less vitamin D from sunlight compared to when we were younger. On top of that, many seniors spend less time outdoors, whether to avoid the sun, due to limited mobility, or because of illness, which makes the deficiency even worse. Lack of vitamin D doesn't just weaken bones and raise the risk of fractures. It's also linked to immune decline, depression, and even dementia. A Harvard study found that getting enough vitamin D reduced the risk of hip fractures by up to 30% in adults over 65. Think about it. A simple slip in the bathroom might seem harmless, but with weak bones lacking vitamin D and calcium, it could turn into a serious hip fracture, followed by months of complications. Take Helen's story as an example. At 72, she slipped in her kitchen, fractured her hip, and required surgery. When doctors ran tests, they found she had a severe vitamin D deficiency. From then on, she began taking vitamin D3, along with calcium, daily. Within 2 years, her bone density improved significantly. And more importantly, she regained the confidence to live her daily life without fear. So, how can you safely supplement vitamin D? Adults over 60 should aim for 800 to 1,000 international units of vitamin D daily. Beyond supplements, take advantage of morning sunlight. Just 15 minutes outdoors can help your body make vitamin D naturally. Add vitamin D-rich foods like salmon, mackerel, egg yolks, and fortified milk to your diet. Vitamin D is like sunshine in a pill. It's simple, accessible, and yet it lays the foundation for stronger bones, better immunity, and a clear mind as we enter our golden years. If vitamin D keeps our bones strong, then vitamin B12 is the golden key to preserving memory and a healthy nervous system. After age 60, our stomachs produce less acid, and this greatly reduces our ability to absorb B12 from food. The result? Even if you eat plenty of meat, fish, and eggs, your body can still fall into deficiency. A lack of B12 triggers a series of symptoms that are often mistaken for normal aging. Constant fatigue and low energy, tingling or numbness in the hands and feet, unsteady walking, memory problems, confusion, and even Alzheimer's-like symptoms. A Mayo Clinic study revealed that 15% of adults over 65 suffer from severe B12 deficiency. The striking part is that many of them were misdiagnosed with dementia, when in fact the real problem was simply a lack of B12. Once properly supplemented, their memory and mental clarity improved dramatically. Take Patrick, age 68, for example. He often forgot where he placed his belongings and sometimes got lost while walking near his own home. His family feared he had Alzheimer's, but a blood test showed his B12 levels were abnormally low. After 3 months of treatment with B12 injections and supplements, his memory improved significantly. He could read, engage in conversations, and rejoin community activities just like before. How should you supplement correctly? Adults over 60 should aim for 500 to 1,000 micrograms of vitamin B12 daily. Sublingual tablets or doctor-prescribed injections are highly effective. In addition, keep foods rich in B12 in your diet. Beef liver, salmon, tuna, eggs, and milk. Think of vitamin B12 as the electrical current that keeps your nervous system running smoothly. Without it, memory fades, moods darken, and life slowly loses its sharpness. But with the right supplementation, it's like someone has flipped the switch back on. You feel clearer, more focused, and full of energy again. If the body is like a house, then vitamin C is the wall that protects it from intruders, bacteria, viruses, and free radicals. After the age of 60, the immune system naturally weakens. And without enough vitamin C, that protective wall becomes dangerously thin. Vitamin C is a powerful antioxidant, shielding our cells from damage. It also plays a critical role in producing collagen, the protein needed for healthy skin, blood vessels, bones, and cartilage. Here's the fascinating part. Even a small daily dose can make a huge difference. Research in older adults found that just 200 milligrams of vitamin C per day reduced the risk of respiratory infections by up to 40%. For someone in their 70s with a weakened immune system, that's nothing short of a life-saving shield. Picture a 75-year-old man who used to be hospitalized every winter for pneumonia. After his doctor recommended daily vitamin C through fresh fruits and supplements, his hospital visits dropped dramatically. More importantly, his spirit lifted. He no longer lived in fear of the next illness. Where can you get vitamin C? Fruits, oranges, lemons, grapefruits, kiwis, strawberries. Vegetables, broccoli, kale, bell peppers. Supplements. Effervescent tablets or pills, but keep it under 1,000 milligrams per day to avoid diarrhea or kidney stones. Vitamin C is truly an immune shield every older adult needs. Don't wait until a cold or flu strikes to think about it. Make vitamin C your daily companion so your body is always prepared to fight back. Many older adults take calcium supplements to prevent osteoporosis. But here's a little known truth. Without vitamin K2, calcium can get lost. Instead of going to the bones to strengthen them, it may deposit in the arteries, forming plaque and raising the risk of atherosclerosis, heart attack, or stroke. Vitamin K, too, acts like a guide, directing calcium to where it belongs, your bones and teeth, while preventing it from building up in the blood vessels. This is why taking calcium and vitamin D alone is not enough. A large study in the Netherlands found that people who consumed adequate K2 daily reduced their risk of cardiovascular death by as much as 57%. That number alone has made many cardiologists reconsider nutritional guidelines for seniors. Consider the story of Paul, age 70. For 5 years, he faithfully took calcium to prevent osteoporosis, but never knew about K2. The result? He developed arterial calcification and had to undergo stent surgery. Only later did his family learn that if he had added K2 earlier, he might have avoided that painful procedure altogether. How to supplement vitamin K2? Foods rich in K2. Natto, a traditional Japanese fermented soybean dish. Hard cheeses and pasture-raised eggs. Adults over 60 should aim for 90 to 120 micrograms per day, ideally in combination with vitamin D3 supplements for maximum effect. Vitamin K2 is truly the gatekeeper that protects your blood vessels and the guide that ensures calcium reaches its proper destination. If you're already taking calcium or vitamin D, but haven't considered K2, you may be missing a vital link in protecting both your heart and your bones. And if you've been watching this far, leave a comment saying, "Vitamins for life after 60." It not only lets us know you care about your health, but it also helps spread the message of wellness to many more people. If there's one vitamin that works like armor against time, it's vitamin E. Vitamin E is a powerful antioxidant that neutralizes free radicals, the destructive molecules that accelerate aging, cause wrinkles, damage memory, and weaken blood vessels. After age 60, our bodies produce fewer natural antioxidants, making vitamin E supplementation even more important. Deficiency signs can creep in silently. Dry, dull skin, brittle hair, worsening eyesight, or even memory lapses and slower reflexes. Many dismiss these as just aging, but in reality, the body is missing a key layer of protection. A Tufts University study in the United States found that older adults with higher blood levels of vitamin E had a 25% lower risk of cognitive decline compared to those who were deficient. In other words, vitamin E doesn't just keep you looking younger on the outside. It helps preserve a sharp, active mind on the inside. How to supplement vitamin E? Natural food sources: almonds, sunflower seeds, avocados, and extra virgin olive oil. Recommended daily intake: about 15 milligrams for adults. Prioritize food sources and only use supplements if necessary, under medical guidance. Think of vitamin E as a protective shield against aging. It won't erase wrinkles or turn back the clock, but it helps your body resist the slow, hidden damage of time, so you can stay healthier, sharper, and more vibrant for years to come. When we're young, our eyes help us read the newspaper, drive, and work. But after age 60, declining vision becomes one of the greatest concerns. And vitamin A is the nutrient most closely linked to keeping our eyes bright as we grow older. Vitamin A plays a direct role in forming the pigments of the retina, the very mechanism that allows us to see in low light. A deficiency can cause dry eyes, night blindness, blurred vision, and it increases the risk of macular degeneration, a condition that can steal vision permanently. But vitamin A's role doesn't stop at eyesight. It also supports the immune system and protects the lining of the lungs, intestines, and respiratory tract frontline barriers against bacteria and viruses. According to the World Health Organization, vitamin A deficiency is the leading cause of preventable blindness in older adults. That shows just how devastating a simple nutritional gap can be, costing us one of our most precious senses. How to supplement vitamin A. Rich food sources: carrots, pumpkin, sweet potatoes, animal liver, and dark leafy greens. Recommended intake: about 700 micrograms per day for women and 900 micrograms for men. A word of caution: too much vitamin A can harm the liver and bones. Always prioritize natural food sources and only take supplements under medical supervision. Vitamin A is like a small lamp that keeps shining into old age. It can't stop time, but it helps us continue to see the faces of our loved ones, read every line on a page, and enjoy the beauty of life even in our 70s and 80s. When we hear about vitamin B9 or folate, most people think of pregnancy, but after age 60, folate becomes a powerful shield for the brain and the heart. Without enough folate, levels of homocysteine rise in the blood. This amino acid is directly linked to heart disease, stroke, and memory decline. Scientists call homocysteine the silent killer because it damages blood vessels and nerve cells without obvious early warning signs. A study in the United Kingdom found that older adults who got enough folate each day had a 40% lower risk of memory decline compared to those who were deficient. And when combined with vitamin B12, its protective effect on the brain is even stronger. Take Margaret, age 73, as an example. She often described feeling like her mind was foggy. She couldn't concentrate when reading, and sometimes forgot important appointments. A test revealed she had severe folate deficiency. Within months of adding folate from foods and supplements, her focus and memory improved dramatically. She was once again able to enjoy her favorite long novels that she had abandoned. How to supplement vitamin B9 folate. Folate-rich foods. Dark leafy greens such as spinach, broccoli, lentils, soybeans, and avocados. Recommended intake: 400 micrograms per day for adults over 60. Prioritize natural food sources, but if diet alone is insufficient, supplements, especially when paired with B12, are highly effective. Vitamin B9 is truly a shield for the brain. It doesn't just help you stay mentally sharp day to day. It protects your blood vessels, lowers your stroke risk, and preserves your memory for the long run. So there you have it. Just 7 small vitamins. But each one holds the key to a healthier, stronger life after 60. Vitamin D for solid bones. Vitamin B12 for sharp memory. Vitamin C for immune defense. Vitamin K2 to guide calcium to the right place and keep arteries clear. Vitamin E as an anti-aging shield. Vitamin A to preserve vision. And vitamin B9, folate, as a protector of the brain and heart. None of them is a magic cure on its own, but together they form a symphony working in harmony to keep the body strong, resilient, and full of life, even into our 70s and beyond. The most important lesson is not to memorize every number or statistic I've shared, but to understand this. Good health in old age doesn't happen by chance. It comes from the small choices we make each day. A balanced meal, a morning walk in the sun, or the right vitamin at the right dose. And please remember, while we cannot turn back time, we can choose how we walk through it, healthy, clear-minded, and with meaning. So tell me, among these 7 vitamins, which one do you think you may be missing the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below, not only to help others, but also to begin your own journey toward better health. If today's video was helpful, I invite you to subscribe to our channel, because here we'll continue walking together, discovering more secrets to make our golden years not just longer but brighter, stronger and more beautiful.